Hello, welcome to Stampin' Storytellers. Today I'm using a new set from the January to June 2021 Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog. It's quite the nameful. I'm using the Kangaroo and Company stamp set there with the coordinating dies. This makes a really great all occasion set, as it does have Valentine's birthday, just springtime, hello, it has some presents that you can put in the pouch, and then along with the flowers and the hearts can also go in the punch. Also with this little baby kangaroo can go in his pouch. It's a really great set. One thing I do want to point out is this funny shaped die isn't to make the pouch a different color. I've seen a lot of funny comments of how people think it's supposed to be used. It's actually a little piece that goes inside the pouch that you attach your presents or your flowers or even your little baby kangaroo on. And it's so that it pulls out like this. So that little funny shaped die is so that it fits properly in that slot for it to slide in and out, and you kind of have an interactive card. Remember that celebration is going on right now until February 28th. For every $60 you spend, you get to choose a free item, or there is a couple $120 value items. So if you spend $120, you can choose this stamp set. And the reason why you have to spend more to get this one is this is a large stamp set. It actually has 2 full sleeves of dies inside. And then there are lots of other items to choose from right now, those super cute donkeys. One other thing during celebration is it's another $120 item. You get the stamp set and the matching DSP, and this coordinates with all the strawberry stuff in our annual or this mini catalog too. One other thing I wanted to show you is that if you place an order or get your friends together and make one big order that's $375 or more, you also get this free punch party stamp set. It coordinates with different punches in the current catalogs right now. So this is the oval punch. I think it says here the double oval punch, the heart punch pack does this big heart, and the rectangular postage stamp punch coordinates with those, and it has really great all occasion sentiments. So a free set is always a good addition to your order. I wanted to point out that this host code is no longer valid. I was actually clearing out my order history, and I was modifying a couple workshop orders that I ended up grouping them together for customers. Instead of having them shipped to them, they shipped to me. So I was deleting some extra host codes that I had open, and I accidentally deleted my current host code. So anyone that used this host code, Stampin' Up! Has already moved it to this host code. So this is the new one. It'll go past the end of January. Then here is that wonderful stamp set with all those cute, they're really great line images. If you stamp them on white or very vanilla, then you could color them in. But if you stamp them on your colored cardstock, then you don't have to color the whole thing. So I have pre-done the kangaroo in crumb cake cardstock with soft suede ink, and the die punches that little pouch hole for you. Then I've done the hearts in petal pink on very vanilla, one little envelope in soft suede ink on very vanilla. I have this stitch shaped from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I have embossed this layer of petal pink. It's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 with the brick embossing folder. It gives a really great dimension. You could use either side if you wanted the bricks to come out at you or to go in at you, or in. They look really great. So the only stamping that we're going to do is on a little tiny narrow strip of very vanilla with petal pink ink. I'm going to stamp the little sentiment, love you much. And this is a 1/2 inch strip, so it fits perfect up and down. And then all I'm going to do is trim off the sides to make it a rectangle. So this is like our little letter that came out of our envelope. Then with our crumb cake marker Crumb Cake Light Stampin' Blend. You could probably use a Stampin' Right marker too, but I always go for my blends because they give me less of a hard line. And I'm just going to add in some shading on his ears. A little on his eyes. I'm going to color in, I guess, her hands and her arms. I'm going to color most of her feet. I'm going to follow this leg line all the way around, and then just some at the bottom of her tail, just like this. So we don't have to color the whole thing, and it's wet still, so as it dries it'll get a little bit lighter. It won't look so dark on there. Then on my petal pink hearts, I'm going to color some of them with the dark petal pink. Then some with the light petal pink. And on vanilla cardstock, the light doesn't show up too much. It's almost like you're coloring it clear. And the other ones I'm going to color with my Wink of Stella to make them all look a little bit different. So now I've given it some variation. I don't know if you'll even pick up the Wink of Stella, but it looks really great in person. Then I'll color the heart on my envelope in dark petal pink. And a little bit of Wink of Stella on there too. Now we can get assembling. So I have a soft suede card base. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I have a layer of crumb cake that is 5 1/4 by 4. Whoa, throwing things. And my petal pink layer is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Line that up, and then we can adhere this onto our card front. Then I have my label. I'll add that in the bottom right corner. Then I will pop up my Kangaroo with dimensionals. Make sure that you don't put a dimensional right where you want your hearts to go. And those I'm going to tuck in after and just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of them so that they stick down in there, because I'm not putting any sentiment in the pouch. So I've just put a tiny little bit of Tombow glue and tuck those in there. Then I'll add my envelope here and pop up my little letter on one mini dimensional. There we go. Then I do have a layer of Whisper White. This is very vanilla for the inside. And add that here. Now it needs some embellishments. That's really cute as is, but it needs something. So I'm going to make a little mini bow with my linen thread. So I'm going to wrap it around 2 of my fingers 3 times. So I have 3 loops. Then hold that in your hand still. Trim off another piece of linen thread about 4 inches. So this piece in my hand, I'm going to twist it so that it's like a figure 8. It's hard to show you when I'm holding it tight. Then I'm going to take this piece, and this is what's going to wrap around and tie it together. So loop. This is always where it would be handy if you had a 3rd hand, or if you had just a little clip to hold your bow. But once you've done it a couple times, it won't be as difficult, or you won't feel like you're struggling. So now I can mess it up a little bit, and that end is coming through it. That kind of looks funny. There we go. So now I have extra layers here, but only 2 ends on either side. So I can trim those off. And I like how you used to curl ribbon with a pair of scissors. I do that, but just with my nail, so that they're not totally straight and they're sticking straight out. Then I'll attach that with a mini glue dot right underneath the heart, so it's like a bouquet of hearts. And one last touch is some pearls. The smallest pearls in the basic pack. I just have them cut into little pieces. So then I will add some of those on here. Just like that. And didn't those 2 embellishments really add to the card? Even though it's just linen trim, which is probably one of the least expensive items to add to your card, and some pearls, and they really go a long way. I hope you like my card today. If you'd like to purchase any Stampin' Up! Products, I would really appreciate your orders. You can head over to my blog, stampinstorytellers.blogspot.com. It'll take you to my Stampin' Up! Online store, or you can head directly there, stampinstorytellers.stampinup.net. And remember to choose your celebration items. There isn't a prompt to make sure that you choose them before you check out. So make sure that you have actually chosen them before you check out. This year, the website is brand new, so this is our first celebration with the new ordering system. So make sure you see all of those boxes. Use this host code, and I will send you a make and take packet in the mail as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will stamp with you soon. Bye.